Real Madrid could make this surprise January signing, reports Sport. Please drop your comments below and don't also forget to subscribe for more vibes. And before we continue, drop your possible prediction for the match against Liverpool in the comments box. Real Madrid could make a surprise signing according to a report from a French media outlet, Le Journal du Real, shared by Sport, which cited anonymous sources. Carlo Ancelotti's first-team squad is currently threadbare after a raft of injuries. Last time out against Osasuna, the Italian lost 3 men in a frantic first half, with one of them centre-back Eder Militao. While the other 2 casualties that Saturday afternoon, Rodrygo and Lucas Vazquez, were expected to be back in action within a month, Militao suffered another ACL tear of the type that kept him out for most of last season, meaning we are unlikely to see him playing again in 2024-2025. With David Alaba still yet to make a comeback from an ACL rupture of his own in December 2023, Ancelotti has been left with just one senior center-back in Toni Rüdiger for a campaign that could stretch up to 72 matches as Madrid goes for 7 pieces of silverware at home and abroad. This predicament could lead them to making a surprise January signing in São Paulo Giants Palmeiras 18-year-old defender Vitor Reis. Reis has long been near the top of scout Juni Califat's shortlist, but he wasn't expected to be brought to the Bernabeu so soon and needs must. While there are other center-backs on the market, with Madrid able to make 5 immediate signings if it wishes, Reis also stands out for being able to play the right-back position that is similarly undermanned. Its usual number 1 occupant Dani Carvajal is out for up to a year to, you guessed it, an ACL tear, while as said Vazquez is currently spending his own time sidelined. Though Reis is currently valued at $10.5 million, €10 million, the fact that he has a contract until 2028 means that President Florentino Perez will probably have to pay for more to bring him across the Atlantic. Also from the class of 2006, Reis would find an old academy teammate at the Bernabeu in striker Endrick, who has been starved of minutes as of late. How injuries are derailing Real Madrid. The stats you need to know. Fans, pundits and media outlets have been very harsh on Real Madrid in recent days, and rightfully so given the team's form in recent games. The Merengues' loss to AC Milan was shocking, especially considering that the Italians were not on a great run of form themselves. It was thus an eye-opener for the dressing room and a testament to their current level. Tomorrow, they return to the field in La Liga for the first time after the defeat in El Clasico. Pitched against them, ironically, is the only team to have beaten Barcelona this season, Osasuna. The Pamplona-based side have been in good form this season and have lost just 3 games in the league so far. They are currently on 21 points and can equal Los Blancos with a win tomorrow, although the hosts have a game in hand. Madrid Universal brings you 3 talking points ahead of Real Madrid versus Osasuna. Need to bounce back. Real Madrid is one of the few clubs in the world where defeats are simply not accepted, and the team's last season was very well accepted simply because the side lost 1 game all season. Their run in recent games, on that front, has been simply unacceptable. Los Blancos are currently on a 2-game losing streak at this point, and the fact that both losses came at home does not help. Real Madrid's poor run of form began against Barcelona in La Liga at the Santiago Bernabeu when they were torn apart by Hansi Flick's men with a 4-0 scoreline. Despite aiming for a bounce back, they once again fell to AC Milan at the same venue earlier this week. Los Blancos have conceded 9 goals in their last 3 games at the Bernabeu and have a lot to fix ahead of tomorrow's clash at the same venue. The primary focus will be on the defensive line tomorrow given how the men in white have struggled to keep opponents at bay in recent games. After all, the Eder Militao-Antonio Rüdiger partnership has looked far from reassuring while Lucas Vazquez has struggled on the right. Furthermore, there is a need for Carlo Ancelotti to solve the midfield crisis and bring in a system that promotes more direct build-up play with creative passing outlets. Real Madrid are in dire need of a comeback, and a 3rd successive defeat would mount the pressure on Ancelotti and make his sacking a real possibility. A do-or-die situation. Spotlight on Mbappé. Keeping all the defensive and midfield problems aside, Real Madrid's struggles in the final third merit a separate conversation itself. The team's structure after Kylian Mbappe's arrival has simply not worked and has posed several problems, both in and out of possession. Solving that is the foundation for finding a way back from the complicated situation for Ancelotti. As revealed earlier this week, Mbappé is now beginning to feel frustrated with his situation and is fed up with playing as a striker. This comes as a massive problem for the manager, for it is the only position available where he can deploy the Frenchman. After two uninspiring performances by the star man, the spotlight will shine on Mbappé tomorrow. The youngster has struggled to get going so far this season, and the pressure on him is seriously mounting with every passing day. The Real Madrid fans are not known to be kind to any player, and a few more poor displays from the Frenchman could well have the entire stadium against him. Mbappé does not have long to find his best version, and a lot rides on tomorrow's performance. On the ball, Los Blancos need the World Cup winner to make better runs, get into better attacking positions and contribute to the build-up in addition to improving his finishing. Concurrently, however, there is a real need for him to improve his defensive contributions. The widening gap. Real Madrid were not too far off from Barcelona even 2 match days ago in La Liga, for the Catalans had dropped 3 points with a defeat while Real Madrid had dropped just 6 with 3 draws. That gap, however, grew to 6 points with the team's defeat in El Clasico and has now widened to 9 points after the game against Valencia was postponed. Los Blancos do have a game in hand and can cut down the margin by 3 points, but they will not likely play against Valencia in the near future. Given that 3 points in theory cannot be equated to 3 points in the bag given the team's form, it is vital that they ensure the gap does not widen further. After all, a defeat tomorrow will extend the gap to 12 points and inflict a massive psychological blow. Osasuna are the only team to have beaten Barcelona this season and are currently placed 5th on the league standings. Currently in good form and coming in with momentum, they will look to inflict maximum damage on Ancelotti's wounded side. Tomorrow's game, thus, is crucial beyond description. A win can provide the team much-needed momentum ahead of the international break while a defeat could well land a devastating blow to their chances in La Liga.